Why is monitoring cross-border capital flows so important? It's important because these are often the drivers of asset prices, particularly across the emerging market space. We monitor capital flows for about 80 countries worldwide, and we look at their ebb and flow. Those cross-border capital flows comprise bond flows, in other words, direct purchases of fixed income securities, equity flows, the equivalent for stocks, and thirdly, credit flows, which are basically in the form of bank loans or currency movements. Essentially, those capital flows in total are a significant driver of local asset markets. That comes through directly in terms of direct security purchases by foreigners, but it also comes through as a second round effect when the central banks locally decide to monetize the capital inflows rather than accept their currencies appreciating, which often happens when capital comes into an economy. So what you're looking at is two major drivers from one source of capital, direct purchases and the monetization effects. Monetization of capital flows tends to be a very important element in understanding the emerging market cycle. If we drill down as to which countries are most important, we increasingly find that China is the critical driver of many of these capital flows across the emerging market universe. So in other words, when the Chinese business cycle is expanding, you tend to find a lot more capital tending to move towards emerging economies. And equally, when China slows down, that capital reverses out again. So the emerging market cycle is like an amplification of the Chinese credit cycle. That used to be a feature attributed to the US, certainly in the 1980s and particularly in the 1990s, but America has diminished in importance in terms of the control of these capital flows.